Hi, you guys. I'm glad you made it back. But if this is your first time here, I want to welcome you to my GMC Do-It-Yourself Repair channel. In my channel here, you'll see I have tons of videos that I'm sure that I have something in here that'll interest you. It doesn't take a lot of experience or knowledge and doesn't take a lot of tools. And one thing for sure, you're going to save tons of money. So before you go to a mechanic or the dealership, click on the upper right-hand corner there and explore my channel. I'm sure I have something in there that's going to save you some money. But before we get started, please don't forget to like and subscribe. This really helps my channel. And by the way, hit that bell and leave a comment. And believe it or not, if you leave a comment, I respond back to you. Yeah, I know, I don't have a life, so I have nothing else better to do. Alright, thanks for joining back. Well, just like you guys, I was out driving around in my Yukon, enjoying the day, and then all of a sudden, I looked down on my dash, and on my DCI, the Driver's Information Center, I got this message. The dreaded service ride control message. If you get this message, it could possibly be a cheap fix or a very expensive fix if you go to a dealer. I've had friends of mine pay anywhere from $900 to $1,600 to get this fixed. What it means is you have some kind of a problem with your air ride system. Unfortunately, it could be one of many things. Now, I've had friends, again, take it into a shop, they visually inspect the air shocks, and just because they looked old and dirty, they said that the shocks were bad, and they replaced them, only to go home and have the error message pop up again, meaning the shocks weren't the problem. So what I'm going to attempt to do is to fix this myself and again save a few bucks, because that's what we do on this channel. So there's a few things we're going to do here. So I'm probably going to break this repair video into 4 or 5 segments. You can click up on the upper right hand corner to take you to the next video. If you don't see the next video, it'll be up there shortly. So the first thing we want to do is get a basic understanding of how the system works. Now, it may seem complicated, but if you break it down in small pieces, the system is really simple. The first thing you have here in this diagram is a battery, and the battery powers the compressor. The compressor, as you know, compresses air and creates air pressure. The air is sent through a system of lines that go to your air shocks. The more pressure you generate in the air shocks, the shocks expand and lift your vehicle. At the proper height, once it reaches the proper height, a switch triggers the system to turn off the compressor. Some shocks have an internal height sensor. My Yukon doesn't. It's a separate item where it maintains the height that's needed. And of course, this system is supported by electronics. So before we jack up our car and get under there and get all greasy, the first thing I want to do is make sure that all the fuses are working. So that's what we're going to do in this video. Okay, this is how I'm going to approach this repair. The first thing I'm going to do is check all the fuses. If I have a bad one, I'm going to replace it. The next video I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to check the ALC relay. That's the automatic leveling control. What that does is it powers the compressor. The third video is going to be about inspecting all the airlines and fittings to make sure there's no leaks or damage. Then number 4, we'll check the height sensor, make sure everything's working there properly. Then lastly, inspect the air shocks themselves. So let's get to work. So the first thing we're going to do is go on your driver's side door and open it. All you have to do is open your door and you'll see the access panel. Take your hand and go to the bottom of the panel and lift up and it'll pop right out. And your fuse block will be right there. Okay, as you look in there, you're going to look at the very top on the right side. You're going to see 2 blue fuses, and on top of that, you're going to see a red fuse. It's a 10 amp fuse. That's your ING3 fuse. That powers your ignition and your heated seats. Make sure that's not blown. The next thing we're going to do now is we're going to go to the front and we're going to pop the hood open. And if you stand just where the driver's side tire's at and look in the engine compartment, you're going to see a box right where the red arrow's at. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to remove this lid on top of this box. You're going to put your hand behind the box, you'll feel a little lip, and you're going to pull upwards and it'll pop right off. Just remove it and set the lid aside. Okay, let's get the camera in position like if you were standing next to it. So just stand next to the fender there and you're looking down into the fuse box. Now next we're going to look at the upper left hand corner and you're going to see a green fuse. That fuse is called stud 1. This is your auxiliary power and dual battery fuse. It's a 40 amp fuse. Make sure that fuse is good. You can exchange it out with another green one to make sure that the fuse is okay. The next fuse we're going to look at is, if you look on the center left side, you're going to see a green 30 amp fuse. That's your RTD fuse. It supplies power to your ride control. Check these fuses, and if any of them are blown and you replace them and your service ride control is off and everything's working, you're lucky. But here's the bad news. There's a reason why that fuse blew. So there may be another issue going on. If all these fuses were good, or you replaced a bad fuse and it blew again, and your ride control light is still on, well, go on to the next video and we'll go to the next step, video number 2. Well, I hope this video helped and got you going. If not, go to video number 2 on my service ride control series. Anyway, we'll see you there. Okay, well, I hope you enjoyed this video and I hope it was very informative. Please check out my other how-to videos. Oh, and check out my new website. There's new items being put in there every day. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and of course, hit the bell. Until then, we'll see you at my next video. Bye.